Hello, beautiful student. Good morning. This is your darling teacher, Mrs. Adeyemo Busayo Victoria, from Laria Wolokun High School, Bagada Education District 2, and I'm teaching you biology. Now, the topic for today's lesson is pollution, and this class is suitable for SS1, SS2, and 3. So, come on, join me. Now, what are the objectives for today's lesson? At the end of the lesson, students will define pollution, mention 4 types of pollution, state 4 effects each of the types that have been mentioned. So now to the keywords of today's lesson. We have pollution, we have pollutants, suffocation, impaired health, sewage, and also refuse. What is pollution? Pollution refers to the release of toxic or harmful substances into the environment by their natural forces, man or other animals, and causing biological damage to man and his resources. Now to pollutants. What are pollutants? These are the harmful substances that causes pollution. Now, what is suffocation? Suffocation simply refers to the decrease in the concentration of oxygen in the body, which leads to unconsciousness or even death. Now to impaired health. Impaired health simply means a decrease in the normal functioning of one's health, and we know health is the well-being, whether mentally, whether physically, or even socially. Now to sewage. Sewage refers to water waste or liquid waste which are generated from homes and even offices. Now to the refuse. Refuse simply refers to solid waste which are also generated in our various homes and offices and industries also. Now to pollution. Like we have rightly defined in our keyword, pollution can be defined as the release of toxic and harmful substance into the environment by their natural forces or man and other animals to an extent that it causes biological damage to man and his resources. So now, what are the types of pollution that we have? Okay, can I hear you? Yes, very good, beautiful. The types of pollution that we have the land pollution, we have the air pollution, we have the noise pollution, and also the water pollution. So let's move on. Now, looking at this slide, this paints a picture of what a land pollution is. So we can see the land pollutants on the land. And what are the pollutants? We can see the refuse, we can see glass particles, and we can see waste generally from homes, from industries, metal scraps also. Okay, so very good. So we know the source of this land pollution from industries, from homes, from offices. Okay, so now what are the effects of this land pollution? Imagine somebody living in this kind of environment and have a dunghill very close by to their house. Imagine how they will live, imagine how they will feel. So what are the effects? Yes, can I hear you? Beautiful. They cause offensive odor. Someone who lives in this kind of area will be perceiving this offensive odor every time of the day. Every time of the day. And it can also cause respiratory disorder. You know, when you keep perceiving different waste, even chemical waste from this land space. It also occupies the land space. The land space that could have been useful for something else has been occupied with waste. And this generally needs to be controlled. So let's go on. Now to air pollution. Pollutants of air includes smoke, soot, dust particles, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide. Okay, and the one that we are mostly familiar with is they are past my neighbor generator, whereby our neighbors get to use generators, the exhaust from the generators, the smoke from the generators can be quite irritating, even to the eyes, even to the nose, This one, I know everybody is familiar with it. Even some cars on the roads, when the exhaust is out, we start sneezing, we start coughing. So right now we know the sources of the air pollution from industries, from cement factories, quarries, even our homes. And the effects includes the offensive odor that they cause, the respiratory disorder that they cause, and they also impair health and can also lead to suffocation. When somebody gets to perceive this kind of odor from time to time, it can also impair one's health. And I know some of us must have heard about people who died, from inhaling the carbon monoxide from the generator that was placed by their window side, and the whole family was died, suffocated from the exhaust from their window side. This is quite pathetic. And now to noise pollution. From the slide we can see the man covering his ears. The noise must be very alarming. We can see that he's close by to a train station, and I know how the train horns can sound at times. So what are the noise pollutants? It's still noise. So noise generated from airplanes, from car horns, from sirens, from loudspeakers, noise in the environment, loudspeakers. Some religious organization could place their loudspeakers outside, which could disturb the whole environment. And it can be quite irritating also to the ear. It can cause anxiety, it can even cause hypertension, and one's health is not stable because of this noise that someone is hearing from time to time. So now look at the slide on water pollution. We can see the slide on water pollution. What can we see? Yes, we can see waste on the water body. Okay, so oil spillage could be oil spillage. It could also be sewage and so on. So what are the effects of this water pollution? It makes the water body unfit for aquatic organisms. Even the aquatic organisms get to die even in the water body. And water is unfit for human use, and this is quite alarming. So to our wrap up an assignment, we will define what pollution is. We'll mention 4 types of pollution, state 4 effects each of land, air, noise, and water pollution. We have been able to look at what pollution is. We have mentioned the types of pollution that we have. We have the land, the air, the noise, and the water pollution. And we have stated the sources, the effect, and how can this thing be controlled. I know most of us are familiar with the measure taken by the Lagos state government for controlling the noise pollution, whereby all religious organizations are not allowed to use to place their loudspeakers outside their vicinity or their building, so as not to disturb every other person. So what are the ways by which we can control? What other ways do you know by which noise pollution can be controlled? I'll be expecting your responses in my mailbox and also in the comment section. Do have a blessed day. Thank you.